Well, I'm going for a wander around, stretch my legs before the rain comes in at 2 o'clock for the afternoon and evening. That's the back end of the middle lake. Under there, last sort of point. I'm going to have a look. Squidges under anything under your feet here. Absolutely unbelievable. Going to have a look out on the bottom lake. Don't know if anyone's down here. Path's been used quite a bit. There's people have been travelling down here. I don't know if anyone actually is down there. There's some barrow marks, so people have been visiting here, which is good. So there's a bit of bait going in. Used to be able to see from the end if there's anyone's in here. Now the brambles have come up, you can't see anything really. To sort of see, I'll swing around and look in here. Yeah, because there's the middle lake. The guy on the end fishing. That'd be Roger. Well murky this one, isn't it? Well murky. I don't know if anyone's fishing this lake. Had some cargo down here last night, so no one down here. I like to swim myself. I haven't fished it for a long time, to be fair. It's a tricky lake to get yourself on, really. Well, I like this swim. I've clearly fished this a little bit more than I thought I would have done. The day swim, this is. Yeah. I do the odd little day swim spots and things. Mostly deep and clear down here. Very interesting. They do get in and around here. As I contemplate that, I've got a few day sessions coming up. Scattering bait and the odd little day swim. Let's have a look up here. See how this is looking. Especially with the water level as it is. Yeah. There's a few people fished it, but not many. Yeah. See, get the set up. Water level is quite high. That far corner down there is where the channel goes through to the middle lake. If I'm lucky, I can actually come and stand on here. There's a few trees growing on here last year, but I did a little bit of used to be able to set up on here, fish straight out, but that was a long time ago. Don't know if anyone is about here. Excuse the wobbly footage, but handheld. I didn't bring my gimbal. I'm not wandering around with that. Might bump into the estate manager who might not fancy the idea of me doing all this stuff. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. It does look good. A few trees gone down that bay over there. My word. Unbelievable. There we go. Right, I'm going to head back and pick you up in a minute. I'm not quite down the far end of the bottom lake, but I am. You can see across it. It's like a lake in itself, to be perfectly honest with you. It's very boggy down here. So all these trees are going to cause you some problems in the future, but I think it's quite deep and clear. Clearest of the lakes. Love it, really. Might have to. It stays quiet down here. I might have to venture down here a little bit more. Have a go, have a play. I've still not seen a carp. Absolutely ridiculous. Really haven't. Really haven't. Interesting. Very interesting. A little bit more walk around to the grassy lawn area. Just want to see what that's looking like and then take it from there, really. We've got this tiny little bay at the bottom of here. And you've got sort of like the end point of the bottom lake that goes out. You've got a grassy swim over there you can fish, which obviously interrupts this lake, this particular swim, but depends where you fish it and how you fish it realistically. And then you're looking back up and around the rest of the lake, really. But yeah, it's just sort of enough room to stick 2 bivvies and double up. There's not enough room to cast from here. And the trees are left just to sort of stop you from doing things like that. That little underarm cast and flicks never did anyone any harm. Alright, well, way down the other end now, at the bottom lake. There's the little point I've been on 2 seconds ago. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's drier than I thought it would be actually. And I always like fishing out that way because it gives you a little bit of a different angle to where other people are casting. There's a bit of water that people can't fish. Might have to make a bit of effort on this one. Might have to make a bit of effort. Depends how far people go out, doesn't it, really? It's not that swim there, it's the swim, that big double swim over there. But they're sort of forced to be, tricky one, really. Oh well, good to see, really. Might be worth dropping it short from here in an area that people cannot get to. Just on that wind line out there, that's what I was thinking. Very interesting. Right, as I was saying before my phone crashed, too excited with too many functions. The horizon trees are actually on the far bank. So if I zoom in and I go across the side of this, so you can see across the side of this, those trees way in the distance, that little bit of grassiness is the far bank of the whole complex. About half a mile away. But beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. I haven't seen anything. But 2 weeks' time when I fancy getting back down here, could be interesting. Just have to see. Right, I'll go for a squelchy walk back now. Get them rods back out, contemplate the way back, whether I put a little bit more bait out or not. Don't know yet. We shall see. Right, let's get wandering. Radio. Well, I've been out for a walk, as you've seen on the footage. I didn't see a single carp. Looks, some interesting areas. It's nice to go back to some areas I've not even set foot in for over a year. It's really weird, you just get, your mind gets set on an area, but it sort of does get set on an area and you forget about other areas and things like that. So, a couple of nice little swims I might fancy. And, could be worth a go. Don't know. Just have a play at times, I think. That bottom lake. See, really. The problem is, I generally believe the big fish I keep seeing lives up here. Really am. I've seen it here the most. I've heard one story about someone that lost something monstrous down the bottom. I know a couple of people have seen something really big down the bottom, but that was several years ago now. Most sightings I've seen in the last couple of years have been on this lake that I just keep fishing, but maybe going away and having a break would be an option, really. And that sort of, this area, just going down there. But I did something similar like that last year and it didn't quite pan out. I struggled a little bit. My fishing went a little bit backwards on that front, but I don't know, it's worth a go. There's a lot of big chucks on that lake, that's the trouble, and I'm not into those anymore nowadays. It hurts too much. So we came back from that. It's nice to stretch your legs because it's supposed to be raining from any time now. As you can see, well, you can't see, but you could see, and you will see in a minute. It's now all gone grey and overcast. We've had a little bit of drizzle a little while ago. All I've done is I had some hemp and a little bit of maize. I've just chucked out what's left over the sort of area I'm fishing. So no doubt I'll catch another tench like I did yesterday. But it's fish feeding, fish rooting around. That's what I think. They churn the bottom up, don't they, when they're feeding and rooting around? It encourages other small fry to come in, and then the carp, being carp and then inquisitive, they'll come in and have a rummage as well. So it creates that sort of feeding environment. It stirs up the attraction and sort of get it sort of wafting around and disappearing in the water and travelling. I can't think of the word I'm after at the moment, but you know what I mean. You know, your attraction doesn't just sit on the bottom; it sort of comes up into the levels and then just moves away out of the swim, hopefully bringing fish into your area. That's my thoughts on that. So I put that out. Used the last of the boilies that I've got out there that have been soaking. I'm hoping I got some more, but I've got a week and a half, so I'm gonna order some stuff later on, get that sorted out, and get them soaking, which will be good over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see. Really, so rods are back out exactly the same spot. Haven't altered anything. Didn't really see any need. Keep seeing the odd little tension movement. I think I was using the tiny little pellets, sort of tiny little 10mm, 12mm, 8mm wafters. I'd haul tension out of here, to be perfectly honest with you. Amazing, really. But we shall see. Oh, I'm going to turn you around. There we go. So yeah, you can see it is well and truly grey and overcast. Not what it was earlier. Warm though. Really, there's a lot of warmth suddenly come into the air. But I think I made the right decision. Gonna fish tonight. I think Ian's coming down tomorrow. He might follow me in here. Don't know. Depends on my results, or he might fancy going sort of double gravel somewhere else. Don't know. I'm really looked at the long range forecast. He'll pick himself up somewhere sheltered, and take from there. But I think he's going to do 4 nights trying to fish through the weather, come out the other side, and pack up in the dry and everything, which is quite a sensible idea if you can do it, really. So that's one of the reasons why I'm staying the extra night, because I no doubt have to set up in the wet and pack up in the wet and then try and dry it all out. With any luck, I can go home tomorrow with this mostly all dry. The bivvy might have a little bit of condensation, but I can just throw that up in the garden between sunny spells. I want to get one of my brollies out of the loft actually, and see if I've got the bits and pieces for that, because that's bigger than this. I'm quite liking this at the moment, apart from the condensation. That would be the same problem with the brolly, really. I think when it gets a little bit more springy, I'll dig out the fast and light. That's the word I'm trying to rummage around in my brain to find. Can't find that at the moment. Yeah, the only fish I've actually seen is off the island over there. One fish. I was standing talking to someone. The only fish I've seen top. I'm hoping tonight will sort of bring a little bit more warmth to the lake, and they'll start showing. They like it down there. I want to have a look at the swim down there before I go. I might dump a little bit of bait out there. I'm not here for a week and a half, so sort of pick my spot wisely and take it from there, really. But yeah, I've had a couple of nice little day swims. I'm gonna have to do a few little days and things this year. I've had a few little day swims and things, which will be good. And later on in the year, I might go back to fishing the sort of like day swims on meadow. To be perfectly honest with you, my little 9-foot diver rod, might do that. That could be quite good, really. Have to see, really. But yeah, no, it's. I think the prospects are good. I think of fishing the best time. Dunno, can never tell really on here. It's strangely sort of unactive, but they are strangely unactive at the moment. But we shall see. We shall see where we go. Fingers crossed I can manage to nail one more. That'll be good. I'm not really too bothered about the size. It's one of them things that I don't think I can worry about so much nowadays. I just want to go out and catch carp, really, which would be good. I think it'd be quite nice. But we'll see. See where we go on over the next. What we got? 20 hours, 18 hours, something like that. No idea what the time is at the moment. I guess about 1ish, 2ish. I want to be home by 12 tomorrow. I'll stay and have a chat. I'll sort of get packed up and I'll stay and have a chat with Ian for a bit. He sets up and yeah, then head home. Right, fingers crossed. Expect to see fish any moment, but there we go. Oh look, it's raining again. And guess what? We're stuck in the bivvy again. Joy. So glad I went out for a walk earlier, which is partly the reason why I went out for a walk. Because I knew this was going to arrive. Should go about 8 o'clock this evening, which I'm hoping might make a little bit of difference, especially like about 9 degrees tonight, which is probably the warmest night it's been so far this week. I'm hoping it doesn't feel too cold out here at the moment, so I'm hoping this rain's not too cold. I'm going to put complete and utter, well, banjacks on the whole sort of chance to catch another carp. The fine start I had, it seems to have faded away. But yeah, and I'm lucky. I might avoid the prospects of actually catching a tench. I don't know, really. I had a bit of a drop back earlier on, which I reckon was a tench. Picked the bait up and didn't do it. So I sort of modified my rigs a little bit and modified my stows, put a little bit of more heavier weight on them and angled it so it's sort of on the back a little bit more. I shall see. I'm actually loving the stow bobbins, to be perfectly honest with you. They're not very don't seem to be very, either I can't set them up right, or they just don't seem to be very good for drop backs. I just don't think they've got that weight to drop everything back. I think they might come into their own on here during the spring and the summer when these fish just roar off, just to sort of get that hook set a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not really happy with drop back principle on them at the moment, but we shall see how we get on. If not, well, they'll be gone. Back to something else. But yeah, no, it's easing off. That's quite pleasant. It's quite nice, you know. Yeah, I haven't got the stove on, so this can't be that bad, I don't think. Normally when it sort of rains and gets miserable, I end up with the stove on, so well, there we go. Yeah, I was going to do myself some tea, early tea or something like that, and get the whole thing sorted out and set. Might tidy a bit of stuff up, but probably not now. But in general, yeah, I'm confident I stand a fair chance of catching another fish. To be perfectly honest with you, because once this rain stopped, it has stopped, and the night is going to sort of warm up. And knowing what the surface temperature was yesterday, I don't think it's going to make too much difference, really. I don't know. It'd be nice to see fish and hear fish. Be interested to see if they wake up again tonight, because I have a feeling they're going to because of the change, and I'll just have to see if I'm right or if I'm not right. But who knows, really? But, oh well, there we go. Right, that is it, I think. Unless I happen to get a freaky sunset, which I doubt very much. It'll be enough time to do that. Who knows, really? I will hopefully catch up with you in the night with a fish or two, if I'm really hopeful. If not, I shall see you in the morning. But I doubt I'll be that grumpy because I've had a fish. I've had a reasonable sized fish as well for the start on here, so I'm quite very chuffed, to be perfectly honest with you. I think extremely chuffed. It'll do me well, that will do. There we go. Right, early tea time, folks. Early tea time, I feel. Well, morning. It's bright and early this morning. Well, not so bright, but early. About 6:20 last morning. I tend to sort of wake up and get up for a week this time. I'm going to stay up. Shattered, to be fair. I haven't had any fish, otherwise it'd be on film, but shuffled a couple of lines tonight. Listening out, I have heard fish last night. Very much seems to be to the right of me, sort of out across, or to the right or out across over there. Interesting. Some of them did sound quite close as well, so I don't quite know what's going on there really. I'm hoping one of these rattles off this morning. It's quite a good carpy morning, I would say, not with the overcast and the wind. Very warm last night. Really was very warm. I'm just hoping. I don't know if I'll see anything this morning. Said if it's the last morning, I can get to bed properly and a proper bed night early and sleep in a bit and things like that over the next couple of days and catch up a bit. So tends to be what I tend to do really. Sort of just go to bed early and catch up. Trying to sort of input as much information in between now and when I leave. I know it's probably 2 weeks away actually. I can't get back until Wednesday week. Yeah. I've got nearly 2 weeks before I get back. I've just got to hope the weather's right then. I'll be starting my gardening then as well. So I really need to hopefully get that started as well. Really, middle of April. You just need this rain to stop. Really, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't even done any work in my own garden really. It's just too mushy and muddy and horrible really. But we'll see really. We shall see. It would be nice to sort of get things underway. Really. But yeah, looking good. Hope to see some carpy signs and things. It'll be nice. Yeah, I like to go early in the last morning, just to sort of really, no matter how much the night I've been up, just to sort of enjoy the last few hours. Because once it gets to 9 o'clock, I just start switching into pack up mode. Really, it might take me sort of 3 or 4 hours sometimes to completely get it all packed down, but it's sort of more about pack up mode than it is about catching fish at that particular point in time. Yeah, I shall see. I'm not sure if I've just seen something off the end of the island. I thought on roll or do something. It's sort of rained on and off through the night. It's quite wet really, which is surprising, but no, not really. The weather, man. Might have been a fish out there. Don't know if that bird. Not sure if that was a grebe and it sort of come out from the island and picked me up, but no. Oh well. Right, I'm going to carry on peering through my little big letterbox. Kettle's on the go, so have a brew, get myself going and wake myself up. Be nice. And fingers crossed, you never know really.